Feel the magic here to Roy's 48-Hour Friday. Welcome to Side Dish. We're more than an appetizer when it comes to pop culture and fun. We are the whole meal. What's going on to everybody who's already populating the chat? We love to see y'all here. Y'all beat us to work, but we showed up, all three of us. I'm Headkrack, as you know. Claudia Jordan in the building. Tanner Thomason, how y'all feeling, fam?
I'm good. I have a problem with online gambling, though. I think I lost my damn near whole paycheck in the last 24 hours.
What'd you bet on?
Bovado, they have craps, and I had a nice run. I was getting hard ways. I was hitting the hard eights, and I was like running it up. And then I'm like, oh, I need to get to this next level. And you'll lose like all the money trying to get the last couple hundred to make it. I need it to be an even number, something in my brain. Yeah, guys, I have a problem. My name.
So is it like real crap tables, or is it like digital virtual crap tables? Because I see them pop-ups because they be popping up when I be trying to illegally stream like sports events, right? And I quickly click that X just so I don't get tempted. So like, is it the real thing or what?
I mean, it's computerized, and you like hit the roll button, you place your bets, and you hit the button and it rolls, and you're like, oh, hard. But I'm like, why would the computer let you win if the computer is the bank? And I'm like, but after the fact, it makes sense. But when you're in it on that chase with that look in your eye, that crazy, I'm a degen. I'm definitely a DJ.
Degenerate gambler. They got you, Claudia. They're going to take your money.
They have. I could have paid up a lot of things if I never gambled. Probably
there is no way a computer is ever going to let you beat the house. They'll give you that hope. The same way that a street corner hustler on the streets of New York or Vegas will do that little 3-card Molly game. They'll show somebody win some low level of money. Oh, I think it could happen for me. Let me put all my money in here because I'm good at this. And the next thing you know, you try and figure out things to sell.
The problem is I'm in a group chat with two of my other gambling degenerate friends, and they like play with big money. One of them is super wealthy. So she sends me screenshots. Oh, I won 9,000 today. I won 8,000. I said, stop sending it to me because I'm like, I could win that too. But she probably put in 50,000. I'm not doing that. I can't do that. So yeah, I have a problem, you guys. I need help.
All right. That's we can do that. We're going to work on that. That feels like a no-dose problem potentially.
I feel like the no-dose and wine would actually be, I could do it. All the money. Let's do it.
That makes it 10 times worse. 10 times worse. So I'm trying to retire. I'm off that narcotic, y'all.
Oh man, well, a person whose nose is too big for narcotics is Jay-Z, and he might have had 99 problems, but a paternity case ain't one. And after 10 years of back and forth, a California court has dismissed with prejudice the paternity case against Jay-Z involving a 30-year-old Ramir Sadowite. Now, Ramir has claimed that Hove is his daddy, and this has been going on since the mid-2010s, after his mother Wanda told him Jay-Z was his father when he was 8 years old. Now, Ramir claims that his lawsuits weren't for back child support. Instead, he was seeking reputational and emotional distress damages. Now, back in 2023, Ramir filed a court order seeking to force Jay to take a DNA test, but it seems unclear if that was ever really enforced. And Jay's legal team called the whole thing a decades-long harassment filled with fabricated allegations. I mean, let's just say if we was doing like a Maury test with just pictures, which I think.
I mean, those are, first off, black people don't look alike, but those two photos right there, I mean, if I was Ramir, I would probably believe it.
I mean, there's a great way to just prove that he's not your son, Jay-Z. Just take the test and get a negative test back. You know what I mean? Like,
here's my thing is I thought about that. I thought about that, Claudia, and I was like, why didn't Jay just take the test, get it over with, be done with this a decade ago? But then I realized, like, if he took the test one time, then everyone out there who have some scams on the mind might think, oh, well, let me see, like, I'm going to do the thing, or I'm going to do the thing to see how far they could push him and how many times. And also somebody might know better than me and say, oh, all he had to do would have taken it one time and they could use that forever. I don't know how it works.
I think it could go into like a sperm DNA database, right? Where he doesn't have to keep on providing samples, because that would be a lot.
Well, I didn't even think he has to provide sperm. I don't think that's how that works. I think it's just a blood sample.
Oh yeah,
not even a mouth swab.
Oh yeah, you're right. My mind just went there. My bad. Sorry.
Yo, the funny thing about when you think about like that type of thing, when people go donate that, like, you know, when they come out of the room, you know what they just did.
I don't know why I thought he had to give us sperm. Why did I just think that? You're right. It's just a DNA. Yeah.
No, I was right there with you though.
My mind's on gambling, and he gambled. Maybe he did mess with the girl. And having unprotected sex is just like being on a crap table and throwing the dice out there, and you don't know, you might roll a hard 8,
Mm-hmm.
you might get a hard 8, you might roll and crap out. So yeah.
Don't be using your joint as dice, gentlemen out there. But I will point out that Jay-Z does have a brother, or did have a brother. I know like he rapped about like something happened to his brother at some point, I think. Maybe it could have been Jay-Z's brother, but you know, also going off of just like facial times when you can be like, that's that person's kid. I remember one time, it was like 2003, I was hosting an event in Dallas, Monday Night Fights. Yo, there was a girl who looked just like Jay-Z. And I know that's a crazy statement, but like, yo, she looked just like Jay-Z. If somebody face-tuned Jay-Z and made him a woman, like, yo, like I know her last name was Carter. Especially when you see his current children, how like they have that strong, you know, they look like Beyonce-ish, but you can definitely tell who their dad is too. You know what I mean? And like that girl looked just like Jay-Z. She might have a better case than this guy.
The other thing that's so crazy is like, I feel like we covered it, is either on Dish or Side Dish, maybe like a year ago, like Billy Idol got connected with one of his kids from like the 80s or something like that. Like they did a whole blood test and was able to connect that. I do feel kind of sorry for Ramir though, because there's a very good chance that in his heart of hearts, he believed that, you know, and he just wanted probably that kind of connection and wanted to prove it for himself, wanted to prove that his mother was telling him the truth. And so like on the flip side of this coin, it could be a sad day of reckoning for him.
Well, I think there's only one way for him to really prove it. Just give this man a beat.
A what?
Give him a beat.
See if he can.
Because all these kids just seem to be talented, just straight out the womb. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish I for the sake of both of them, I wish he would just do it. And yeah, I understand it's annoying, but like the way this kid, well, he's an adult, is really holding on to this. Like I feel like he really does believe it too. You know, I really do. I think that he's not trying to get clout, because he could have been doing interviews and a lot of press. I don't really hear a lot about him. It's just the case. And then the mom, before she died, she filed a civil lawsuit. Like she does believe this to be true.
Plot twist, you'll find out it's Dame's kid.
Oh my God.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. Wendy Williams and Coco Jones been telling us. Hilarious, Jennifer. All right. So guys, here we go. In April of 2026, just a few months away, the Antoine Fuqua directed Michael Jackson biopic Michael premieres, and today they dropped the visuals. Now remember, Michael's nephew Jafar Jackson is playing his legendary uncle. Here's the teaser.
I know you've been waiting a long time for this. The tracks are made. The songs are ready. Let's take it from the top. This is your story. Honor your past and embrace the future. That's what people want.
Q, can you lower the lights for me, please?
Okay,
whoa.
But remember,
Hold
in here, keep those lights still, man.
Wow, they were a little heavy on the nose there.
That's the before nose.
It is, but
that's not a good representation of the before nose.
There's a little bit of an overkill.
Yeah.
The nose.
Other people have been talking about the nose though, but he got that high pitched voice.
The nose. It was. I think they wanted to give extra on the nose, so then when he changed it, you know, it's like a drastic effect. But it was a lot. Like I remember the nose.
Yeah, like he almost got like the original Mr. Potato Head nose. Like they put it on, they made it out of clay, and they slapped the same way. Like when people had all this outrage about how Sonic looked in the original Sonic, they need to CGI the right nose on this man.
Oh yeah, they changed Sonic's eyes and face or something. They were too weirdly lifelike or something like that.
Because the nose is a big part of his story. You know what I mean? It's a big part of his story. Like, you know, he had issues with his own nose. So don't make us have issues with his nose in this movie. But other than that, it looks good.
Yeah. I feel like that's what the Sphinx nose looked like before Napoleon shot it off.
Yeah, it made us all think that nobody was black over there. It was all, yeah. Okay.
It's one of those things like watching that trailer. Like I remember when I was a kid, growing up in the 80s and early 90s, like Michael Jackson still occupied that space. HK, we talked about it. He occupied that space of like the coolest thing on the planet. And since in my later years, I kind of cooled off on Michael a lot, but there are times in this trailer, this little teaser, where I started to feel the chills again, where I was like, oh wow, like I feel like they're gonna get this right. And Antoine Fuqua's an amazing director.
He is. He's really good. I saw the Michael Jackson play on Broadway. It was so good, and just realizing, just like bringing me back to remembering just how talented and how much a phenom this man was. Like he was just in a league of his own. There's nobody like him.
I saw a video earlier today with him and the Jackson 5 when he was way young, and they were singing Never Can Say Goodbye, Girl.
Oh, yeah.
And for my man to hit those notes, the way he was hitting those notes and still fall in line and hit them steps, and I know he had a little bit of a, push from his dad, but I mean, just a once-in-a-lifetime generational talent, and it still feels surreal that this brother ain't here no more, man. Like, I remember the day it happened, man. Crushed my whole soul. I still got the doll.
Dude, oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
Speaking of dolls and doll hair, Jafar is 29 years old, and he is Jermaine Jackson's son.
Yeah. His brother's name is Your Majesty.
Okay.
Jafar
No,
and
it is.
Majesty?
I've had enough.
Jermaine went crazy with them kid names, and I also think that Jafar's mom, because Jermaine dated the same woman as another Jackson, I think like Marlon or somebody, and so they did like a weird wife swap thing, and they got the same baby mama. So there's like Jafar, Your Majesty, and something like that. Something else.
Your Majesty.
Yeah.
That again, we spoke about this before. It's a lot of pressure on your kid. Like just call him Jason.
If you work at a drive-through and your name is Your Majesty, you catch hell when people read your name tag.
When your name is Your Majesty, you can't work the customer helpline.
No. You got to be a singer or you got to be a running back in the NFL.
Yep.
All right, Josh. Right. He ran for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. So singer Mario dropped by Cam Newton's Funky Friday podcast, and according to the internet, Cam got messy when he asked Mario who can really sing these music streets. Here's a snippet of some of Mario's answers.
Listen, if Bryson wanted to sing more, he could.
It's either a yes or a no.
Nah, I feel you.
Wow.
I would say he can sing. He can't sing, but he can sing. He can sing, but he can't sing, bro.
Trey Songz.
Yo, I gotta go to the back. Oh. Yeah, Trey can sing. Trey can
You
sing.
see how easy that was? The Weeknd.
Yes.
Ray J.
Ray J can sing when he wants to.
It's a hard yes or
It's not a hard yes.
Jacquees.
Yeah, he can sing.
Yeah.
He can sing. Bro, you ask him if someone can sing. But if you but
Not to me, you can't.
okay, I get that. But I say he can sing. He can sing.
To you.
He can sing. He can sing. He can't sing.
Omarion.
Omarion, it be hit or miss for me sometimes.
Say less. Bobby Valentino.
He can sing.
Last but not least, Chris Brown.
Yeah, he can sing.
All right. Well, Jacquees commented on X saying, Cam Newton and Mario, some bleeps. Keep my name out y'all mouth on that little podcast. I've been minding my business. All right, y'all. Was Cam being messy and Mario should have said nothing? What do you think?
Here's the thing. Mario has been dope in the R&B space for all these years. The problem with Mario, he was a nice guy the entire time. Every time he would come out with new music, he had to reintroduce himself to the world like he ain't already been here twice and got the nameplate on the wall, right? So what Mario is doing right now, he's in his Hollywood Hogan era where like, all right, cool. I'll play the game. I'll get a little dirty. I'll say some things that get the internet talking and the buzz going again. And, I hate that it has to come to this, you know what I mean? And I think, people, the hit dogs will holler because their names are mentioned, but I think he's playing the media game because I think being the nice guy didn't get him where he wanted to get for a permanent basis.
Doesn't that suck?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I got to slap somebody on live television at some point. Like, I'm just trying to figure out who, you know what I mean? Like, because like, you know, because I also know I get put in this nice box. Like, I didn't do a whole boxing match or like, you know, do all these other things. But, you know, whatever. Every now and then you got to like, you know, put on the face paint and go in.
When you're on good behavior, people don't talk about you. Like if Mario would have went on this podcast and him and Cam Newton just had a perfectly wonderful conversation and didn't say a negative word about anybody or anything, no one would have picked it up. It is a little weird to me to watch two grown adult men critique whether or not other men can sing or not. Well, he can sing, but he can't sing. Yeah, he can kind of sing. I mean, he could sing if he wanted. Like, that's a little strange, I think, but also that's the age we're in. It's like the women were saying it a couple of years ago, and they're 100% right. The men are the messy gossips now.
1,000%. Angel W says Mario was just runner-up to Boyz II Men on The Masked Singer. Enough said. Yeah, Mario can sing, and you're right, Headkrack. You make a really good point. I didn't really think about that. He has been the nice guy. I just saw him at the Ebony event, and again, he doesn't have that thing about him where he's dangerous or a bad guy. You know, he's going to be respectful when you see him. He's kind, and it sucks that does not get rewarded. And when you do the messy stuff and you talk trash, just like on our show and just like on a lot of shows. We talk bad about someone and clown someone, that gets picked up. You give someone props, nothing.
Yeah. Even the people that you give props don't hear about it when you give them props. But if you say something like slightly to the left or right, hey, man, what was that thing you said? And I'm like,
Tyrese hates me to this day because of like critique of him on these shows. And he was at my table the other night and he got up and as soon as he saw me, he moved to another table. It was so funny.
Really?
But me telling that story will get picked up and get us more eyeballs. Watch. But if I just said, yep.
Play the game. Like Ray J. Ray J's playing the game. You know what I mean?
We all got to pick a beef with somebody. Like what's Billy Bush doing? Let me talk some trash on Billy Bush. Back
Billy
in the
Bush.
game. I don't know.
Tanner versus Headkrack. Who you going to beef with?
Yo, shout out to that home wrecker Mario Lopez.
Yeah, Mario Lopez. Okay.
Bayside.
Okay.
Well, yo,
what's good, Bayside?
Riverside, mofo. Anyway, we gotta go to break. But we got more reckless talking and celebrities to call out in about 2 minutes. Who you got? Who you got, Claudia?
Oh, I'm keeping mine with Tyrese. That's right.
Oh, all right.
Never gonna be over Tyrese.
Yeah. Tom Bergeron better watch his back.
Tell that man to have a Pepsi and a smile. welcome back to Side Dish. One of the commenters in the chat said that Mario Lopez is Latinos for Trump. Oh, we about to ice you out, brother. Anyway,
Oh,
welcome back. Ray J has been known as many things. Brandy's little brother, Dorian on Moesha, and a member of RSVP. And but one title he has yet to claim, the king of trolling, and he's feeling away about it. Check it out.
To me, telling me three things. One, I'm praying for you. What does that mean? Like, and I appreciate it. I mean, that's more special than anything. But as I'm just moving through, I'm like, damn, like that's a lot of people said that. And then they keep talking about they saw me in a dress or they saw me in Atlanta performing, and it was like, and then they all just start laughing and going, and I'm like, okay. When can I get my, like, first off, when can I get my trolling crown? Because Drewski gets it, Desi gets it, Kevin gets it. What's wrong with me? I'm serious all the time. Everything I'm saying, I'm for real.
Even this picture, he looks so unserious right here.
Yeah, that's very.
No, the thing is, like, I recognize the brilliance of what Ray J does. He is like the Lex Luthor of the entertainment game. He was trolling before people was even like giving it a title. Even when you go back to For the Love of Ray J, even that one scene on Love and Hip Hop where his hat kept moving around and all the different, like, yo, he knows what he's doing and he knows how to play the game and make people talk. You remember that one interview he did? It's like, yo, these glasses are unbreakable, and then the man immediately broke his glasses. He knows how to get things viral and trending, and like that's why every time I see him doing something, anything, I just be laughing because like I see the work. I see the work that he's doing, man. And sometimes you don't have to be given the crown to have it. People know, the real ones know.
And I think the best way to not get the crown is to ask for it publicly. Like him asking for it is not going to help. Like now people are going to extra not want to give him that props because they know he wants it. Like we want to do it when we don't think you're begging for it. But
it's also tricky too, because I feel like what he does, like now it's making me roll back. Was it Sexy Red who he sat next to on the plane?
Oh, yeah.
Right. And he was like, we slept together, and then roll the story back. They just were sitting in the same aisle asleep at the same time. Like, okay, there might be some comedy in that. But Drewski went full on, not just white face, but white body at a NASCAR race. Like, that's next level. And so, like, I appreciate Ray J now more, the fact that he's like, I'm serious all the time, but he's so dry. I feel like with a lot of it, and I love me some dry comedy, but he might have to take it up a notch.
But there's a difference between trolling and doing skits. Like Drewski's doing dope skits. Kev on stage is doing skits. Country Wayne skits. Ray J ain't doing skits. He's just showing up being Ray J and saying the things. And when you could be yourself unapologetically and say the things that like make you be in the headlines, whether it's a full-on work or not, I think that gives you more of a troll crown, even if it's invisible, than somebody who has to, all right, we got a script and we're gonna read the script and we're gonna do the thing. You know what I mean? Like, it shows up.
I agree with Christine R in the comments. Christy, she says 50 has a troll crown. I think 50 has a crown. I don't think Ray J has a crown. I think he's in the running to be America's Next Top Model, but I don't think he has a crown. No. He's funny though, and he knows how to make money. He knows how to be the moment. He does know that.
Well, I mean, I guess too, when you think about classic trolling does mean like you poking and prodding at somebody, you know, but there's also the type of trolling where you say something and you're very unserious about what you're saying, but you're saying it because you know it'll make people talk. But when it comes to like people like poking you in the chest and saying the thing to you, now 50 Cent is the final stage boss of that type of trolling level.
50 Cent is a sniper when it comes to trolling. Like we know explicitly who it's to and explicitly what it's about. Ray J seems like some of this stuff is a little out in the air, and you have to take a minute and be like, is this real or not? I don't know. And
I don't know if I believe him. I think sometimes he's not trolling. He's just doing the wild thing, and then later be like, oh, I was just trolling. I didn't really mean to say that my goons with that person. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you remember the whole classic Breakfast Club? I got an indoor pool and outdoor pool. And then when Fabulous said, don't touch me, you know what I did? I touched him. Like, that was such an epic moment, man. Like, yo, man, Ray J been on one, yo.
He threatened booty goons on his enemies.
Booty goons. That's right. I forgot about that one.
Oh yes, how
Not the booty goons.
Alicia
all
Keys.
right. Easy money sniper Kevin Durant joined Bobby Atloff on her podcast and shared his thoughts on marriage and kids. The NBA player said, 2 people together forever. Where they do that at? Take a listen.
Want to get married first?
I wouldn't say get married, no.
Do you want to get married?
No.
Really, ever? What if they sign a prenup?
That's not really a prenup, though.
What do you mean?
I mean, because you'll still have to, when you walk away, have to at least give something up.
Well, in a perfect world, wouldn't you just not get divorced or like break up? You'd stay with them forever?
That's not ever going to be, that's not ever in a, I mean, I've never seen that.
You couldn't do that? Be with one person for the rest of your
I
life?
don't know if that's, I don't know. Who have you seen that has done that?
That's a good question. Let me think.
I think divorce is actually more of a realistic.
Yeah, it is.
Because 100%
I mean,
is
I
higher.
failed, so
And higher, divorce percentages are higher. It's just like the word marriage, I get it, but it's more so like what that relationship is like. Like, do I want to be with somebody every day?
Yeah, I
And
think
hang
that's
with the same
idea.
person every day?
Okay. Now, when asked by Bobby if he wanted kids by a surrogate or a no strings attached relationship, Kevin claims he still wants some strings attached. He just doesn't desire a legal, long-term committed relationship with one woman. Is it that he doesn't think it's possible, or he hasn't found someone that's made him believe it's possible? Or maybe he's jaded from past relationships and doesn't believe in long-term love. Now, he's 37. He could change his mind when he's lonely in the future. Or will his money keep folks around as long as he can? What do y'all think about this?
Kevin Durant seems like a pretty smart guy. Seems like he's got his head on his shoulders pretty well. His money's not going to run out. And being a famous, well-respected NBA player, the love of people for him as an idea in their heads and as the person standing in front of them is also not going to run out. Kevin Durant's going to have options as long as he walks this earth. He is very close to his mother, and his father deserted the family when he was young, kind of entered back into his life in his teen years. When he was playing in Oklahoma City, his mother sat basically courtside for every single game, and he would go to her at the end of every single game. It was a thing. And so it's one of those things where it's like, if you didn't see a relationship go the distance when you were young or have one modeled for you, you might be less likely to want to do that. Also, no joke, most marriages end in divorce, so he's not wrong.
I mean, when you look at products that you buy in a store, case in point, Fabuloso, especially when you put it next to Ocean Spray, it looks tasty. But when you pull it out and you look at the back of the label, there's a warning sign that says, don't drink this. No matter how good it looks or smells, don't drink it. So he is letting you know what it is. He is setting his boundaries and letting you know, like, hey, listen, if you get into a relationship with me, Don't look on the horizon for no marriage, because it ain't coming. You're not going to get that rebound ring. And this is what I want at this phase of my life. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with him feeling the way he feel. He's probably seen enough marriages and relationships not work out to where maybe he's a little PTSD and gun shy about it. And I understand it.
Okay, it's not for everyone, but it seems like a lot of people just have unhealthy views of it, like this bitter, jaded, if a woman said this, oh, she's bitter, she's angry, whatever. When guys with money say it, it's almost like cute. It's almost like, oh, he's got options. He's Kevin Durant. Okay, that's cool. I am grateful and appreciative that he's putting it out there, because there's nothing worse than a man that knows this about himself and continues to like feed people fairy tales and lead people on. So much respect for that part. But damn, it's kind of sad. I see him and his mama all the time, like they at events, and he definitely has a great relationship with his mom. But probably you're right, Tanner. Not having that, seeing that in the home. But damn,
but
no one wants to get married anymore.
Well, imagine if you could eat at all your favorite restaurants and never have to pay. And that's a metaphor imagine you could have sex with all the people you want and never have to see these people for a long duration of time, that longer than you want. Like, he has these options. Now, if this was Kevin Durant, who was 2 feet shorter, who worked at Lowe's, he probably would be married.
So too many options, right?
Too many options, and you don't want to lose the options.
Top of the food chain.
Okay, well, we'll check back in 10 years when the bald spot is bigger, when the erectile dysfunction may or may not kick in, and when you're feeling not as desired, you're not in the league anymore. And that's usually when men want to come back around and circle the block to the one that got away. And that's when it's like, baby, I'm ready now. Don't holler at me now when nothing works. I wanted you when you was shooting in the gym.
Okay. Not now when nothing works. Dang. That's crazy. Well, from Kevin Durant to Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart said he, when he said that he always invested in his friends, he meant that literally. During a 2022 interview on the Late Late Show with James Corden, Kevin admitted that trying to help his friends turn into entrepreneurs wasn't wise financially. Kevin said, "You never want your friends to feel like their ideas are not good ideas. But thus far, these ideas have been an endless pit of bankruptcy." There he is hanging out with American Idol, the OG herself, Kelly Clarkson. Have you ever invested in a friend's business? And is it best to not mix business with family and friends?
It is definitely best to not mix business with family and friends. And, because everybody will come with the greatest pitches and all the things. There's a person who I'm drafting an email up to right now, who I invested in their business and their business is very idle. And it's like, where's the return? And the thing is, I get to make the email a little meaner because it's not my friend. It's a person who came to me with a proposition. So, at the end of the day, you have to be prepared to lose when you give something to anybody, whether it's a loan, somebody borrowing something. So I just try my best to not do it because you don't want it to sour the friendship.
Everybody that I've loaned money to, almost everybody, I've lost them as a friend. They avoided me for a very long time to pay a small amount of money. We're not talking about $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. We're talking about $3,000, $1,500, $1,000, $800. And I'm like, damn, I'm losing a friend over loaning you $800 because now you don't want to pay it back. So loaning money and investing in businesses, you think that it'd be best to do it with someone that you're friends with, but a lot of times you end up losing the friend and the money. So I don't do it. Sorry.
It's also tricky because Kevin Hart, what is it? He's worth something like $400 million. Mm-hmm. And Kevin Hart is there's levels and layers of success. And Kevin Hart is one of those people who it is inescapable that he's extraordinarily wealthy. Mm-hmm. And he did not start extraordinarily wealthy. And so everybody that he met along the way who still have his cell phones and came out to his shows and supported him and was close to him, I'm sure every single one of those people have an idea for a business or a product that they're trying to come out with. And Kevin having that big come up and for everything, for all purposes, a good human being, I can see him almost feeling obligated. But at a certain point, you got to cut it off.
And survivor's remorse.
Yes. And to Kevin's credit, anyone that knows him or has heard his story sees how his tours, he has taken the Plastic Cup Boys with him everywhere he's gone. He's bought them cars, classic cars. He provides opportunities. His Sirius channel is the old Jamie Foxxhole channel, and he puts his people on. He has Heartbeat Entertainment. People, you can go and pitch shows there. Everybody there.
To Heartbeat.
Huh? You pitched something?
I pitched the show to Heartbeat.
Yeah. Everybody that works there are people that he's looking out for. He puts people in position. So he has done more than enough. If he wants to start shutting it down now, no one could criticize him because he's definitely helped out a lot of people along the way. Kevin, greenlight my show that I pitched. But anyway, Tanner's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I should pitch one too so we can have a trifecta.
We should. You probably greenlight it too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in years.
We'll take him our side tooth sweepstakes and see what he says.
You can fund that.
Yeah. All right. Hey, we got to take a quick 2-minute break. We're going to be back with more Side Dish in just 2.
Welcome back. Oh, wow. What a spirited debate. Okay. So the 80 at the Table podcast shared an interesting throwback video on IG about men going into situations blind. In other words, not asking if a woman is single before shooting their shot. Check this out.
I don't even ask women if they're in a relationship, by the way. I never did because I never cared because I always understood that a woman's going to do what she wants to do, whether or not she's married or in a relationship. So for me, out of sight, out of mind. If she brought it up, that's when it might have gotten like, oh, all right, whatever. But, you know, we commit.
I think you're hiding your moral compass. That's why you don't ask, because you probably wouldn't want to do it.
No, it's not that. It's just that it doesn't matter. Like for me, it doesn't matter. And for her, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Is it his job to ask or hers to disclose? Now, is it reckless for a man to not ask or care if a woman is single before shooting a shot? What do y'all think?
I have shot my shot many a times to then find out that a woman is in a relationship. Now, this was before I reached the age where I knew to start looking for the ring. Now, if I see the ring, I know. But before I was old enough that most of the girls in my age bracket were married, it was one of those things where like I would never, ever ask, hey, are you seeing anybody? No, I show up and I present my intention to say, hey, would you like to grab a drink sometime? And if she's like, oh, I have a boyfriend, I'm seeing somebody, immediately back out with respect. Because I've pursued, I've let my intentions be known. She also got a compliment in the situation. And then she said, respectfully, no. I said, oh, respectfully, thank you for letting me know. And that's the way I feel like a lot of guys should move through this.
Yeah, you did it better than I did. I used to ask chicks, yo, anybody know you here?
Oh, wow.
You know, which leaves the window open for them to disclose, you know, like whether or not they was in a relationship or not. But, you know, like I think it's a bad culture, right? Because here's the thing, you know, like I think he also moves from a sense of entitlement. Like, oh man, got this complexion. Look at me. You know, chicks probably think I'm cute. I can move how I want. You know what I'm saying? I probably go like this right before I talk to somebody. You know, that kind of vibe. Like I picked up all of that from that clip. And it's all fun and games to when you shoot your shot at a person who has a husband that'll shoot his shot with an actual gun in your chest and leave your limp body on the streets because he has to defend his love for the 7th time this week. So, you know, move with caution and move better. And don't let that ring thing fool you. I know some chicks that wear rings just to keep dudes away, which mysteriously attracts more men sometimes.
The fact that he says he doesn't ask, he doesn't care, he's showing us that he's a hoe and or has hoe-like tendencies. Like, I mean, what are you really asking, hitting on her for? You're just hitting on her for sex because you're clearly not looking for a relationship. You're just looking to just smash. I get offended if I tell someone I have a man and then they continue to hit on me. Because it tells me you think low of me. You think I'm like down for whatever. You think I have no boundaries. Or you think, like Headkrack said, you're just so fine that I'm just going to throw all my rules out the window and just, you know, fall into your arms, whatever. I think that's whack. Those kind of men would disgust me hitting on me. Like, that's not cute. But if you don't ask, it is the women. Yeah, someone should say something. If you're just trying to smash, then I understand why no one would say they had someone. But if it's a relationship, of course.
And I'll tell you the reason that I never ask, and then I would never begin a scenario with like, "Hey, are you seeing anybody?" It's because I feel like it shows more confidence to go in direct than to begin with it. Is it okay if I talk to you? And again, it all hinges on when she comes back and she says, "Oh, I'm seeing somebody, or I'm in a relationship, I'm yada yada yada, whatever it is." You go, "Oh, thanks for letting me know. You know, I hope you have a good evening." Where it's like you're not pushing the issue, but you have entered this situation with respect and confidence.
Yo, Bully in the comments said straight men get on my last nerve, but I'm just very curious to, like, you know, in that community, are men as direct as they are in the non-community? Hope I said that right without offending anyone. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you think men, we don't, you know, guys don't care. They'll just go for whatever and shoot whatever shot, don't care about boundaries and things. And I would think that would be across the board, but I don't know. I don't know that.
Maybe, right? Yeah. Next time.
Claudia, let me ask you. Okay, Claudia, let me ask you a question. And I'm sure this is interesting. We've never talked about this. Have you ever initiated contact with a guy? And if so, how do you enter those situations?
I don't say, I don't, I guess I don't ask, are you seeing someone first? But if there's interest and we like get on the phone, like the first conversation we have, I definitely have to ask it then. Like maybe not in the initial meeting,
For sure.
but once I feel like I like that person or I'm interested, I like to know. And I had recently someone that I was talking to that we were like hitting it off. Like it was started as a casual, like just friendship. Like we were just cool. And eventually he just like told me, he's like, actually, I got to tell you something. And I was like, damn, because he was starting to like me and I was starting to like him. And I was like, thank you. But yeah, I wish you would have told me before I started liking you.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you know, we both were respectful about it though. So
that's good.
There you go.
Damn.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We got a little bit of a throwback here. I'm going to see how old some of these, some people in the chat been on, how long y'all been on the internet. On a recent episode of the Truth After Dark podcast, co-host Azar Faride asked Paul Pierce if this particular social media platform is the new Backpage. Here's his answer.
You think Instagram is the new Backpage?
Yeah, probably so, huh?
Right.
On a
I
higher
actually
level.
said that the other day.
Yeah, it is. Girls is really selling themselves on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure it is. It's the more enhanced Herculean Backpage. Like Backpage only has so much. But
now
Instagram
you can get
is
all type of
unlimited
women. Yeah.
from all around the world.
Exactly.
Backpage was local.
And it was like only it wasn't as bad. Like now you can get all type of women, like regular everyday women, this woman, that woman. It's a lot of options.
Man, I had a homie that had a back. I've never done Backpage, by the way, but he was like kicking in me and was kicking in one day. He called up a Backpage, right? She pulled up on him and we was playing dominoes. And I was like, he was like, yeah, this is the Backpage. I was like, what? You could just call somebody over and they just come over? Yeah, you know, $100 or something.
I would be scared.
Wow.
Okay.
People gamble every day, B.
See, I'm not the only one with the gambling problem.
But I think your Instagram feeling like a back page is only commiserate of who you are in the space that you operate. Like, you know, that former NBA ball player is going to have a lot more, you know, moisture going on in his DMs than your typical person. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's going to feel that way.
Just real quick, because somebody said, I don't know what that is. I'm sure they're referring to Backpage. So Backpage was kind of like Craigslist. And Craigslist, even to some degree, used to have some certain sections of Craigslist that got a little sketch. Well, Backpage was explicit with some of its pages, and people were genuinely on there selling sexual services. That was like, Backpage was like, this is what it is. And there were photos and descriptions, and or at least that's what I've been told. That's what I've heard. And so people could go on Backpage and order mouth hugs and things like that.
Not a mouth hug.
Diddy would have had a blast with Backpage. I'm sure he was on there.
Yeah, you know, but it's crazy how that was able to operate, and you know, there are random people in trouble for way less.
It was clearly prostitution, right? Soliciting.
Oh, it was explicitly.
And they were like, yeah, it was just like whatever. It was what it was.
Let me put y'all on game. The way that they would, and again, this is what I was told. The way that they would sort of circle the prostitution thing is it was never about how many dollars something cost. It was how many roses. And so if you're ever interacting with someone, not that you ever would be, but if you're ever interacting with someone, or so I'm told, and they get to talking about, well, I could come over, but that's going to be so many dozen roses. Now you know.
Tanner. You have a vast knowledge of this that only comes from experience. There's no way someone just told you this and you retain this. The way you went.
I'm sorry, my earpods are messing up. I can't make out what you're saying. This is so weird. Everything is scratchy. The audio is going out. I don't know.
Right, well, while we get Tanner's audio together, we're gonna go to break. Shout out to everybody who's gonna get a mouth hug this weekend. We got the question of the day and more side dish coming up in 2 minutes.
Mouth hug is
welcome back. I have to say we have the most unhinged chat in the history of chats. I love you guys, each and every one of y'all. And it's time for the question of the day, and here go the scene, all right? Now, this time is not hypothetical or hypothetical. We're jumping off the porch into a real-life situation. Now, a Florida man secretly used his girlfriend's $10,000 to place a bet that ended up winning $1 million. Now, he gave her back the $10K thinking that would make everything cool, but now she's suing him for $500,000, saying that the money was an investment, not a loan. And he claims she didn't even know about the bet until after he won. So if your partner secretly used your money to hit the jackpot, are you entitled to half or just your money back?
Oh, what do you mean she didn't know about the bet? Did he take the money and steal it from her and then make the bet and then got lucky and then he's going to only give her $10,000? I don't know if she deserves half, but $10,000, no, definitely more than that. I would have, just because, oh my God, like, your money helped me win. Like, I'm gonna break you up with something like much better than that. But just giving it back 10,000, nah.
That's where he messed up. That's where he messed up. Because, like, here's my thing is, like, I don't know that she's legally got a case here talking about I loaned HK. I'm making this up. I loaned HK $10,000. He told me he needed to borrow $10,000. I said, sure, brother, I got you. I loaned him $10,000. And then he went and won $1 million. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't ask him what it was for. We didn't have any other kind of agreement. And he shows back and he pays me my $10,000. Legally, I think that's it. Where I think this dude messed up is he should have broke her off $100,000 minimum.
That would have been really nice. I mean, it's $100,000. It came out of nowhere. It didn't come from his hard work.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I believe so deep in the universal law and what's right is right and fair is fair. Word to the legend of Billie Jean. The thing is, like, he wouldn't have been able to get these lotto tickets, and I'm sure they weren't scratch offs. Maybe he played the numbers, right? Mm-hmm. He wouldn't have been able to get these without the $10,000. So if your investment in me, regardless of what you thought it was for, if that got me $1 million, I feel like the only right thing to do would be to give you half of that. Because listen, it's still $500,000 more than I would have had if you didn't give me the $10,000. Yep. He gonna lose that money so fast.
Mm-hmm. That's a terrible
by not
boyfriend.
Doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm. That's a terrible boyfriend. That's just a terrible person. Just on GP, because I got blessed, I'm hooking up whoever helped me get there. Whether it's 100,000 or 500,000, it'd be somewhere in between there, but it would be something cute.
Okay. What about this though? And I'm just hypothetically speaking. Like, he took that 10K and then he won 20K. Does he just give her the 10K back and they call it even? What are we doing there?
It's still half.
It's half.
It's still half. It's half. Or even better, like, I mean, if you like her like that, apparently she a good luck charm and way better with money than you are, sir. Marry this woman. Y'all got $1 million.
Yo, that's the solution right there.
Damn, he's a naughty bastard. He's a cheap bastard.
Yeah,
he's cheap. Yeah,
I'm putting this in my head for when Claudia sends me and HK a text talking about, hey, I've got a cool dice game on my phone. I just need a few credits.
Like, I can't speak for her gambling stuff online, but if Claudia texts you with a stock tip, just lean in it with your whole heart. Like, she ain't never steered me wrong in that regard. Like, for real.
Only thing with the one we did with the investment, the marijuana thing, I didn't pull out when I should have, much like Michael Blackson. So yeah.
I'm still holding on to faith. I'm holding on to those stocks I converted to.
We were up too. We were up. But
oh man, if only we
I think we made money on Doge and some other things. So I'm glad.
In Doge. All right.
Yeah. Yo, but in the chat was looking at the poll, like about 63% of people at that point when I looked said he should run the half up because it's the right thing to do. Like, yo, you couldn't have done it without her.
And he didn't have 10,000 to his name. She had it. He didn't have 10,000 of his own dollars, and now you got $1 million, and you only. You're right, Headkrack. He's gonna lose that money so fast, and I can't wait. Yeah.
Especially in this economy, $1 million ain't the same $1 million of 1992 or 1985. Like,
right,
man, you run through $1 million, depending who you are and where you live, in like 2 years.
I could run through that online gambling in a good month.
Yo,
Jesus Christ, Claudia.
Not me. I mean, I haven't. I'm saying I could if I had it.
Does Gambling Anonymous sponsor shows? Because if so,
I
they
know.
could pay for the next 8 months of Side Dish. Like
We're going to show up 7 o'clock live talking about Claudia. We're so glad you've joined us tonight. We have extra guests who'd like to talk to you.
I need help, you guys.
All right, man, the break we go, man. Hopefully we don't talk about somebody you know in everybody's favorite game. Whose cousin is this? Coming up in 2 minutes, y'all. Welcome back. It's time for everyone's favorite game. Whose cousin is it? Oh, we taking this one uptown. A Bronx, New York PD transit officer just got popped for being a Kingpin's rent-a-cop, something straight out of a drug documentary. According to the federal indictment, the 41-year-old dirty cop spent 15 years on a Kingpin's payroll.
That's right. Running kilos of coke using NYPD database searches to get the drop on competitors, and even scrubbing his drug boss's stash houses clean after he got pinned back in 2008.
He even staged a fake arrest to help his dealer dodge a $245,000 debt. And the craziest part, he didn't even get fired for being a crooked cop. He got fired for stealing kids' Nikes out of the NYPD property room. Yes, Claudia, we know who's going to this.
He was caught on camera transporting 5 kilos of coke in 23, but was just arrested this week. But now he's facing decades in federal prison on bribery and drug conspiracy charges. All right, y'all, whose cousin is it?
Panners.
I think it's a specific cousin of mine, though. I think
Italian.
I think it's forget about it, cousin. That's
forget about it. Get that out of here. Out of here. You guys. Yeah, it's all of that. First of all, he did not get fired for being a crooked cop, but then they threw a curveball. He got fired for stealing kids' Nikes out of the property room. So then it brought me on back. So I might have to go mulatto on this one.
You know, I am so close to the stove on this one because, like, you know, my dad, you know, like was in a similar situation years ago when I was a kid, and I can't believe the police department is still doing this. I'm gonna go with other.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with bodega other.
Because of the curveball, I'm thinking, I thought Italian, but then stealing the Nikes. I think it's a biracial, light-skinned, half black, half Italian that passes as Italian.
Okay.
Wait, like almost you?
Yeah, but like very, very light where you could oh,
Like the
I like
star of the movie Him that wasn't Marlon Wayans.
yeah, where you with the ambiguous like you like the hair is a little kink to it. Maybe the
Mhm.
lip is a little fuller. You're not sure. You're like, might be something in that family tree.
Well,
Yo,
the rapper
Andrea
Logic.
K said Mario and Luigi's cousin.
Oh boy.
This is an Italian.
Yo. Christine R said black people did this, y'all. Rashenda Watson said Chewy cousin. Because when you understand the makeup of the Bronx, which is like I mean, we're there, our cousins are there, but a lot of like, English is not your main language energy out there too. So you want somebody who understands, knows the streets, know the landscapes, a Rodriguez, a Dominguez, if you will. Yeah, I'm gonna go other. I'm gonna lean on others.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna hold strong on mine.
Okay, well, let's get to it then, fam. Move that van. Let's go.
Whoa!
That looks like the guy from 2 Live Crew. Fresh
That's
Kid
a
Ice.
Vietnamese cousin, Andrew Wynn.
He didn't win that day.
Wow.
The Nikes, though, you would think he could make a call. I digress, man. Like
Headkrack
Yo,
with the
dang.
racism. I love it.
Wow.
With
I
the
mean, so
stereotype.
It's
I
been
love
love.
racial
It's
ster-
been
I
love.
love racial stereotypes because they're true.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking at the chat. People are like, no, that's another cousin. Wow.
Yeah, well, I did lean other. I was wrong in the type of other. I should have just said other and left it there. However,
Wow.
Yo,
I was wrong and loud and confident with it too.
Miss Naughty 93 said Tanner's girlfriend's cousin again.
Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. Yo, tell everybody you know to like and subscribe, man. We're going to be back here with the same madness and energy tomorrow, man. And thank you for everybody tapping in, whether you're live or on YouTube.
Bye, y'all.
Guys, we'll see you guys later. Thanks, LaMarcus. Thank you.